Hey, we're just around the corner from a brand new Tao Daily Tarot. Here is a little bit of a heads up that I'll give you. The key idea in this reading is chaos and conflict. And Lord knows there has been plenty of that over the past year, right? Well, that's all about to come to an end one way or another. You are going to reestablish your own set of values. I'll tell you how coming up in just a moment. Well, hello and welcome to this latest edition of the Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you very much, very much, very much for being here. I do not take it for granted. There's much gratitude here, believe me. Whether you're a first timer, long timer, makes no difference whatsoever. Either case, please, when you go to the reading, click like, subscribe, hit the bell. That way, with the subscribing and hitting the bell, you will get the daily feed every day automatically on your YouTube call-ups. Otherwise, that won't be so easy. But again, like, subscribe, hit the bell. I appreciate it. Now, for you first-timers, what makes this tarot reading a little bit different from everybody else is the fact that I do archetypal readings. I do 8-card spread. That's because the Tao is very simple, and so I stick generally with 8 cards. Once in a while, I'll add 1 or 2 maybe, depending on what the cards are saying. But generally, it's an 8-card spread done in 10 minutes so that you can easily squeeze it into your life. You have busy lives, things to do, people to see. You just, even with the COVID craziness going on, you got to have a life. And that means that you're moving, especially if you got kids. Also, another thing that separates this reading from other tarot readings is the fact that I focus on energies. I don't predict. There are 7 billion people in the world. You cannot predict for everybody. You can't predict even for a small percentage. But what I can do, and the reaction from people who come to this channel is extremely positive, what I can do is give you what I call an energetic weather report. Okay, if you live in a place where you got changeable weather, you want to know, is it sunny? Is it going to be gray today? Is it going to rain? Is it going to snow? What do I have? Do I have a tornado coming? Do I have a hurricane coming? What do I have coming? Well, that's what this tarot reading is all about, the Tao Daily Tarot. In 8 cards, give or take, we give you an energetic weather report. Or you could look at it this way, as a GPS of your frequencies around you. And then you take that energy reading and you decide how it fits in your life and how you're going to navigate your life. Okay, so I empower you. Also do something called a hyper shuffle. You're going to see that coming up very shortly. So I think we're all set, pretty much. How about if I show you the hyper shuffle? So there you go. There is the hyper shuffle. Let's get to today's Tao Daily Tarot reading. And we begin with an oracle card. I call it since we're talking about energetic weather reports and all that kind of stuff, how about this for energy? Chaos and conflict. Yeah, chaos and conflict. You see that 33 up in the corner here. 33 boils down to a 6. 6 is usually stability of one kind or another, or some kind of a change for the better, but chaos and conflict. Phew, a lot of that going on in people's lives, has been for a while, and continues in many regards. Alrighty, so let's kind of lay this thing right out here for you in 8 cards. How about this? This is on the energy department of coming and going. How about this? Wheel of Fortune. What it tells you, normally this is a very lucky indicator. It doesn't have to be, though. But what it does mean for sure is that a cycle is ending. You're beginning a new cycle. The Wheel of Fortune is moving. And that may indeed also create the situation in the oracle card of chaos and conflict, right? We then stay in the category of coming and going energies, and we go with the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is rather an interesting card because the wands, of course, do indicate some sort of enthusiasm, confidence, that kind of a thing. And there's certainly no big deal there. Off on an adventure is the Knight of Wands. And that may indeed be sort of kind of what you're up for. The chaos and conflict might be coming from the fact that you are off on an adventure of your own to probably grab hold of your life, to have it make more sense to you. Let's go to the energy side of pushing and pulling. Ten of Pentacles. Now again, for many readers, Pentacles means money, and it certainly does. But it also means possessions. It also means things that you value. So whatever it is that you value, it could be puppies and kitties, it could be milk chocolate, it could be your health, any number of things, not just money. But the Ten of Pentacles says that you have it or on the verge of acquiring same. But you have to make a change, because remember, we're talking overall field here of chaos and conflict, right? So where is the chaos? Well, chaos and conflict might be here in this final card for pushing and pulling energy. Three of Swords. Many tarot readers will say, okay, well, gee whiz, there is a romantic relationship and it's hurting and it's creating pain and so on and so forth. And that may be true, may indeed be true. But at the very least, the Three of Swords says that there's a broken heart, maybe even broken faith, maybe both. You have the broken heart over somebody or something, and you have now broken faith. Three of Swords also says a lot of negativity. A lot of that kind of chit-chat stuff that's negative and doesn't really accomplish anything and only kind of brings you down. So when we're talking about chaos and conflict, it would appear that what is going on with you in your life on some level is the fact that the wheel is turning, it's moving. And you're looking for, trying to bring some positivity into your life, some enthusiasm. But to do that means that you might have to do something with your value system, because the current value system has hurt you and you have lost faith. Okay? So from there, we move to the magnifier card, the Hierophant. This kind of leads me where I was headed. The Hierophant is the officialdom, right? It's the administration. It's the status quo. And so maybe something about the status quo in your life, specifically or generally, around the world today. The status quo is creating the chaos and conflict. The status quo is keeping you locked, keeping you from being enthusiastic. And it really may boil down to just a plain simple fact of you and your value system. What is changing there that's creating the chaos and conflict? And finally, the other magnifier card is the Ace of Swords. This is particularly interesting because the Ace of Swords tells me that you have some kind of enlightenment, some sort of information, some sort of inspiration that will make all the difference in the world. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that spark. And it will come intellectually. It may not come from you, may come from somebody else or something else, but it will come. And we go to the final card here, the vice versa card, facing forward. And of course, you see it is the Three of Wands. That's a very positive card, although not obviously so. And in fact, when I was doing the pre-shuffle, a couple of other cards came out of the vice versa deck that kind of tie all of this together. The first one was the Five of Swords in reverse. And the Five of Swords in reverse talks about, well, a hollow victory, sacrificing your integrity, conflict. Well, we're talking about chaos and conflict. And it may be that that Five of Swords that I happen to pick up in the pre-shuffle, again, highlighting you've given up a lot of power. You've given up a lot of your integrity over the last year or two or whatever. You've given it up. And the other card along with the Five of Swords happened to be the Two of Pentacles, making a choice of your values. So you take those cards that came out in the pre-shuffle, right? The Five of Swords, chaos, conflict, giving up power, giving up your integrity. And the Two of Pentacles, here having to decide, what's important to me now? And then you take this, the Three of Wands. That's a very optimistic card. That's looking to the future. That's looking into it down the road and keeping a very positive attitude about it all. So it would appear that the chaos and conflict holds. It has been something that has been in your life one way or another for the past year, maybe longer. And at this point, you are making the decision, I got to change it. Wheel of Fortune, you can feel it inside. I got to change. It's got to be better. I've had enough of all this negativity in my life. I'm tired of giving up my power. I'm tired of giving up my integrity. I'm going to break away from the norm, the status quo. There is some thought, some inspiration coming in that will let you look at a much happier future. And don't you deserve that, huh? Alrighty, so that's it for the reading today. Remember, like and subscribe, hit the bell. I thank you very much for that. We will get together again tomorrow for another brand new Tao Daily Tarot reading, because I try to do them every day, 365 days a year. And so hopefully you and I will have a chance to talk tarot tomorrow. If we don't, between now and the next time we do sit down and talk tarot, blessings.